साउथ एशिया लिटरेसी समिट के लिए इकट्ठे हुए मेरे प्यारे रोटेरियन दोस्तों, सबका हार्दिक स्वागत। कई जानते हैं कि मैं तमिलनाडु से आता हूं और वे सोचते हैं कि तमिलियंस हिंदी में बात कर नहीं सका, इसीलिए ही मैं आपके सामने खड़ा हुआ हिंदी में आपके साथ संवाद करता हूं। लेकिन इसके पहले कि आपके जाने कि कोई लिखे हुए डायलॉग्स में आपके सामने पेश कर रहा हुआ, let me go to my presentation in English. Friends, when we started the Rotary Teach mission, Shegarda had asked me to take some details about the status of schools across the country and the globe. And when I searched for schools in bad condition in US, this is the picture that I got. I searched for schools in bad condition in England. I came up with pictures like this. In Europe, these were the bad condition schools. Australia and in India, we came to such pictures. Now, this made us wonder as to what was happening, and we had to have a survey done. We did not want to base it on what was available on the net. We tried to do a survey with the government officials getting information as to what they had. We were getting across to educationists, to the non-governmental organizations like Roundtable and the other bodies, and of course, our own Rotarians. The Rotarians were given a questionnaire which they were asked to fill up. Just a few of the sample questions which I'll just skim through. This would only go on to prove that we had nothing left out. These are just a few of the sample questions, and we had quite a few more, about 30 questions they had to answer. And this was done across the country, and what we learned from them was that basic needs were same across the country. Every school, every state, every district had the same requirement across the country. But there were certain needs which were specific across the areas. For example, schools in hilly terrains with houses scattered across thought that bicycles were a basic need and toilets were not, whereas in rural schools they thought toilets were more important and bicycles were not needed at all. Based on the answers that we had to the questionnaire, the district governors met at Delhi on the 7th of November, and they prioritized all those needs into two categories: the basic or the immediate focus areas and the subsequent focus areas. The immediate focus areas that the district governors thought were necessary were uniform footwear. Provision of footwear would also ensure that 80% of the communicable diseases could be eradicated. Safe drinking water to keep them healthy, clear and safe classrooms. Toilets. I have taken a complete slide for this to emphasize on the need of toilets, because 58% of the schools do not have toilet facilities for girls. The dropout rate, we also had a study. The questionnaire contained a question as to the number of students per 100 who dropped out in each grade. It was surprising to know that the dropout rates in boys was higher than the girls until grade 7. And once grade 8 was reached, the number of girls who dropped out were more than the number of boys. This basically went on to prove that the girls needed toilet facilities not just to ease themselves, but also for sanitation facilities. The other requirements being benches and desks, libraries, and libraries would need to be installed in schools where they have a strength of more than 200, a classroom for various staff members. These 7 being the basic focus needs. The subsequent focus areas would be computers, 1 for every 50 students in the school, notebook and stationaries, and compound walls to provide safety and security for the school. Now, this having been given as the requirements, what is the task in hand? We need to also construct new schools, because the latest information that Shekarda had got from the Education Board was that in 2% of the areas in India, there was no coverage at all. And 8% are in the sense that 2% of the areas in India do not have schools at all, and 8% of the areas they would have to travel more than 5 or 6 kilometers to go to a school. What the clubs need to do is to identify schools which lack 4 of the basic 7 that have been mentioned and ensure that they provide all 7 to make them happy schools. The district's role would be to report the initial assessment. The assessment forms would be uniform, centralized, which would be available from the national committees. And they would have to also submit a completion report. Before and after photographs would have to be collected and submitted to ensure that we have proper reporting. Assessment would be done not just by the Rotarians, but also by third parties. Professional people would be there to assess the work that is done by us to say if we are on the right track. The assessment would consist of all these things, which let me just skip through. And clubs and districts and teachers need to be recognized. Clubs would be recognized based on the number of schools that they adopt, and for the completion of every checkbox. We were talking about 7 items lacking in each of these schools, and for each item that they tick mark, they get recognized. They get recognized for prompt reporting, for submission of photographs, and also the performance. We need to have the statistical data. More important is the involvement of Rotarians in these programs and the publicity that they are going to offer. These recognitions will be given to the clubs in the district level and perhaps to the district in the national level. With this, we hope to ensure that we are able to convert 500 schools into happy schools by the end of this Rotary year. Thank you.